Let's go down another rabbit hole, shall we? So Jeffrey Epstein, you know how they said they were going to release the Jeffrey Epstein documents, but yet nobody's done it yet? I wonder why that is. For years now, Israel has been trying to make pedophilia legal. Yep, that's right, pedophilia, legal for its citizens. What's pedophilia, you may ask? How about having sex with underage minors? I wonder if that's something Epstein would have been into. So here's my rabbit hole. I think both US Democrats and Republicans were involved with Epstein. He's got all of them under his thumb. And now I think Israel has that information. And they're holding the US government to account because they know if they release this information, everybody in the US Senate will be destroyed. So he's been holding them under his thumb for years. He's convinced the West that there's terrorists in Hamas and they're the ones that are the problem. So the United States needs to stand up and start bombing the shit out of innocent people. This is becoming more evident as we see videos of innocent people, paramedics, humanitarian help. They're all being murdered by the Israeli government and buried in a ditch on the side of the road to hide the fact that they did this. So maybe the whole world has had blinders on this whole time. Maybe Israel has been the one responsible for all of the horrors that have been going on. Maybe 9/11 was an inside job. Maybe Hamas attack on October 7th was an inside job. And why would I say such horrible things? Because now Donald Trump is crashing the economy on purpose, but he's offering a $5 million gold visa to anybody who wants to buy one. He's advertised this numerous times. There's literally video of him getting on a plane, flashing this gold card saying, anybody want to buy one? Anybody want to buy one? What are those gold cards for, you wonder? I think Israel and Trump want to build Trump Gaza, this beautiful golden place where all of the people can move to Gaza to be rich. All the people who paid $5 million for this Visa card. And guess what that visa's for? Because they're going to build this beautiful paradise in Gaza after slaughtering millions of innocent people. And then they're going to invite all the pedophiles of the world who have $5 million to come live in this beautiful Trump Plaza place. And because Israel wants to make pedophilia legal, all the pedophiles in the world are welcome to join them. But if that doesn't work out, Trump's using these tariffs to put pressure on other countries to drop their progressive views and ideas. He's already threatened companies in France, saying that they need to remove their DEI policies if they want to do any business with the United States anymore. This is a global push for fascism, a global push to allow fascists to do what they will, when they want, with no repercussions. And Israel has been backing this the entire time, trying to convince you that the terrorists are Hamas, trying to convince you that the terrorists were on 9/11, when in fact, it's been the government's all the time. The US government is well aware of what Israel's doing. They always have been. They've been complicit all this time. It's just that small pieces are starting to come out in the media now. The US government is absolutely complicit in what is going on in Gaza. They have provided weapons to Israel to murder thousands of innocent people. And this is why you see people in the streets protesting with pro-Palestinian flags. They're not protesting because they support terrorists. They're protesting because they know their people are being murdered by the government. And there are world leaders all over who are complicit in this Epstein scandal. Because if it wasn't, why wouldn't they release the Epstein files? It's amazing. Pam Bondi has said that they were on her desk weeks ago, but nobody's released them yet. Why is that? Because their names are all over it. There's actual documentation out there about people suggesting that Epstein could have been a spy for the Israeli government. So start paying attention. Start paying attention to what happens as bombings and murders become obvious that are coming out of the Gaza Strip. People that are being killed for absolutely no reason. There was no Hamas terrorists in that pit by the side of the road. There was no Hamas terrorists in the areas that the US has helped them with bombing. There were no terrorists. There's no bodies of any terrorists. It's just people. Literally, you have to think, the Israel population, since they were born, since the day they were born, have been raised to be taught that Palestinian children are evil. This is in their religion. This is in their daily speak. Palestinian children are evil. Well, think about it. 20 years ago, they started this. The people that believe this now are 20 years old. The people that believe this are now in the military. The people that believe this are now pushing the agenda of Israel that all Palestinians are evil. So they don't teach their people facts. They don't teach their people actual information. They teach their people that all Palestinians are evil, regardless of what they stand for, regardless of who they are, or regardless what they've done in their own personal lives. There's actually a video circulating of a woman who worked for the United States government originally and was over in Israel trying to cross into the Gaza Strip because she wanted to provide humanitarian aid. This woman was detained for hours, questioning her about her religious affiliation and who is the true God and who does she worship. There's reports of checkpoints between Israel and Gaza where people have to cross through. And in those checkpoints, the soldiers stand in the corners where the cameras can't see them and show their private parts to young women. It's to the point where these women have actually stopped crossing at this checkpoint because they are aware that that's what's going on. Why? Because pedophilia is ingrained in the Israel nature. Now, I'm not an anti-Semite. I do not believe that Jews should be all punished. I absolutely believe the Holocaust was real. I absolutely believe the Jewish people suffered under the hands of the mustache man. But I also believe that Israel is using that to show the world how horribly the Israel people have been treated and that people need to respect them no matter what. And now he is playing that fiddle to the entire world, saying that anybody that is against Israel is an anti-Semite and that they're a Holocaust denier and they are against Jewish people. That is not the case whatsoever. And people in the US government are now enforcing this, as you can see in the media. All of a sudden now it's illegal to protest against Israel. It's illegal to protest for Palestinian people. The American government is trying to shut you up because they don't want you looking further into what's going on. This is a global push for fascism. The IDU was created to combine members of different governments together to support the idea of fascism. These are members that have actively spoken out against things like residential schools, things like the actual Holocaust. They're denying them. People that deny that minorities need special support. That people who rely on any kind of social services are a drain to the economy. That is the opinion of the IDU. And who are the members of the IDU, you ask? Number one, the Republicans in the United States. Number two, Peter Dutton in Australia. And the Australians are starting to catch on as well. So they're starting to point these things out too. Go follow some of them on TikTok. Number three, Benjamin Netanyahu. He's a member of the IDU. Wonder why that is. And finally, the Conservative Party of Canada, led by none other than Pierre Poilievre. If you think that this Canadian election is just about what's going on in Canada, you are sorely mistaken. If you think the election in Canada is simply about cost of living and the economy, you are sorely mistaken. I don't care who you vote for. I've never voted before. Yes, I've made a video about how I admit that's a terrible thing and I should never have done that. But what I'm telling you now is this will be the most important federal election of your lifetime. We have the opportunity to stop fascism right now. If you can't draw a correlation between what's going on in the United States right now and The Handmaid's Tale, you need to watch some TV. Now, is The Handmaid's Tale a little far-fetched? Maybe for the next couple years, but in 20 years, that's what they're headed for. And I will not sit by and let my nieces and nephews grow up in a world where pedophilia could be legal and that children can be exploited. I will not let their human rights be taken away from them because a man like Poilievre has no backbone and cannot stand up to the United States of America. Look at the candidates he endorses. Look at the people in his party that have literally denied that residential schools existed. He promotes John A. Macdonald, the man who created residential schools. He is looking to divide this country. And the rest of the world is watching as Canada makes their decision. The rest of the world is watching as we have the chance to stop fascism right here and right now in our country. And the rest of the world is waiting to see if we're going to give up. This is not about Mark Carney. This is not about Pierre Poilievre. This is not about the candidates themselves. This is a global push orchestrated by Israel to get people in power that support the ideals that he stands for. And he's got them all blackmailed into doing it. So this election, you need to go and vote. I don't care who you vote for. Do not vote for Pierre Poilievre because those are the people that he supports. That's my rabbit hole. Want to follow me down? Lots of articles to support it. Is it just a conspiracy theory? Maybe, but wouldn't it suck if it turned out to be the truth? Elbows up, Canada. Keep fascism out of our country.